Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. As always, I'm Robo, and man, today's already crazy. D23 is happening at the moment. I don't know what's going on there, but Canada Fan Expo is kicking. Even though I'm recording this an hour before the Marvel panel, I'm keeping my phone in check in case something pops up and I cut out and have to go in there and grab pictures and stuff, come back. So if something changes, it's because of that. But that's not all. It's been a heavy week anyway, plus Medicom saw everybody doing reveals and said, hey, what about here's this. So there's a lot to talk about. Let's just... Last weekend at Expo Lucha, Boss Fight Studios was set up, and they let us know some of their plans for their Legends of Lucha Libre line. Wave 1 looks to be Penta 0M, or as I know him, Pentagon Jr. There seems to be some legalities between AAA and the people that they've licensed the Lucha line from. If I'm reading it right, AAA owns the Pentagon Jr. name and persona, but he can wrestle elsewhere as Penta 0M. Now, we just saw the control art, the turnaround. It's looking amazing. I can't wait for this figure. But also in Wave 1 is Rey Fenix. Right off the bat, we get the Lucha Brothers. That's awesome. Boss Fight had an actual prototype for Fenix on hand, though, and it looks to be more of the same. We're used to this from Boss Fight being articulated and stuff. We're not used to this size, but that's what has me excited. More wrestling figures in 6-inch scale? Oh! Well, I say 6-inch scale, that's how they advertised it, but then on a couple of signs here, you'll see that it says 6.5. I've confirmed with Fred from Boss Fight that it is kind of a in-between scale, closer to Marvel Legends or the Mattel WWE line. So these should fit right in with most of the stuff we talk about on this channel. Wave 2 should be Teneblis Jr. and Laredo Kid, while Wave 3 is Lady Maravilla and Conan. Laredo Kid plus Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix gives us 3 non-exclusive members of the AEW roster. Somebody needs to make AEW toys. I need a Luchasaurus. That's all there is to it. Lucha Libre. On top of all that, it looks like there will also be in-scale accessory packs with cinder blocks and kendo sticks and chains and all kinds of other stuff your wrestling figures can get into trouble with. No prices, no dates, no outlets where we can buy these yet. I'm sure we can get them online, but I think they're trying to get them into stores too. More as that comes. Ooh. Good Smile Company has revealed their Figma Devilman, Takayuki Takeya version. I don't know anything about Devilman. Pabs is the one that usually gets all drooly over stuff like this, but I can't help looking at what I think is an amazing looking action figure. It's just all... It's got devil in the name. It's gotta be cool, right? Take all that and also apply it to the Figma PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Lone Survivor. I know it's a game, which means I'll inevitably get comments of, game sucks, figure sucks. And really, it's a dude with a loose tie and a welding helmet, but it's a cool looking action figure of a dude in a loose tie and a welding helmet. Devilman comes in about $100 and releases April of 2020, while Lone Survivor is $60 and releases in May. Also last weekend was PowerCon, where Mattel revealed another addition to their Masters of the Universe Origins line. Simply put, the line is vintage style He-Man figures with more modern engineering stuffed into it. So it has some extra joints. The aesthetic is a little bit updated, but what I really like about the 2-pack I got from San Diego Comic-Con of He-Man and Adam is that it was kind of those mini comic looks. That right there was different enough for me to go, oh, those are pretty cool. But when they revealed more at San Diego Comic-Con, like Skeletor and Tila and such, I'm hoping that there's more accessories with it that changes the look a little bit more. And I guess the same could be said for PowerCon's reveal of Battlecat. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, it's just not my style. You know what I mean? Battlecat looks like the vintage figure I had as a kid, but it has joints in it to move around a little bit. Even though they have them a little straight-legged, just like... But if they have something to add to it that gives it a kind of a different look, or like the mini comics, and the same goes for the rest of the figures revealed, I can't help but be in for... Damn it. Super 7 was also set up at PowerCon with their new reveals from their Ultimates lines. I guess all their lines are going to be Ultimate lines now. And as much as I droned on and on last week about them needing to do some Thundercats reveals at PowerCon, get people hyped, get people behind them, that they're going to make more figures down the road, not just the redos they've shown so far. So we get to PowerCon and they show the 4 that they put up for pre-order the previous Monday. But different from the original reveal, Brian Flynn was on hand, and even during interviews, go over to Pixel Dan's channel and watch that interview. It's exciting because of his excitement about what they have coming down the pipe. 16 more figures. Every 3 months there's going to be new pre-orders. So he wants to make them. And watching it, I was like, well, I'm in. The Thundercats were originally meant to be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, and if that had happened with Brian Flynn and others on hand right there to say, look, there's more coming, we're gonna make more, instead of the press release of, here's these 4 redos, we'll see, people would have been a little bit more for it. But as is, the schedule got kind of screwed up, so I can't fault them. They just don't have other stuff to show at this time. Because they've also been working on other lines, like the Conan Ultimate line. Has Conan, has Rexor, has Thor Grimm, and it was heavily hinted at that Thulsa Doom will also be in the line, but they have some kind of likeness rights going on. The style is very Four Horsemen, very classics, very not like the movies, so some people are, oh, it strays too far, but these will also fit right in with the Masters of the Universe movie line that Super 7 should be shipping soon. Super 7 should be shipping soon. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. But I can't fault it too much because it seems to be the trend, the style of all their Ultimate lines, kind of. Which makes sense because they all seem to be done by the Four Horsemen. They're going to put their twist on it. Because that's also true for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates line from Super 7. Instead of going to the cartoon or movie or some other look, they went directly for the original Playmates toy line and kind of updated it, upsized it, added a little bit more articulation. And if you were interested in that, they all look great for what they are. We have this company making cartoon figures, and we have this company making movie figures, and we have this other company. There's a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles options out there. I can see why they went with the original toy line. But again, updated with kind of a Horseman flavor to it. There's Splinter, Baxter Stockman, a Foot Soldier, and then Raphael. And with Raphael, there's an extra head down there to kind of change the look, throw some flavor in there, like I was talking about with the He-Man Origins figures. They changed it from what I originally remember. I think this should be the direction they go with stuff like this. For people that want the nostalgia of just a straight up redo of the original figure, there's that, but have the other pieces to kind of change it from there. For people that either have the original toys or have had them in their head for the past, ooh, has it been 30 years? Also, if you go to the Pixel Dan interview, Brian Flynn says that the Ultimates lines will go for pre-order in alternating months. So you'll have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle month, you'll have a Thundercats month, you'll have something else month or an off month, and they'll just rotate through until the end of next year. So that is a hell of a lot of figures, but it's also a hell of a lot of money at $45 a pop. Yes, $45 does seem like a lot, but this is, I'm figuring this is a very small production run for each series. They're not at retail, they're not being sold in stores, you can only pre-order them, they make that amount, they make them, they send them to you, that's it. So I can understand the price because the lower the production run, the higher the price. I'm doing this a lot. Oh, we're getting closer and closer to Plunderlings, aren't we? And as we get closer, more and more of these little guys just scurry out of the woodwork. They have revealed some of the stretch goals, like the captains, Teal and Ash. Just look at the colors on those. Those are fucking beautiful. But also the Cursed series of Idol and Fury. 2 more colors. I need all of them. But along with new colors for the bodies, we also get even more unique accessories that you can mix and match with other figures, other lines, the other colors of Plunderlings. The options here are unlimited. I don't have any prices or anything yet, but mark your calendar for this Sunday. That's when the Kickstarter starts. Talked about it last week, but this week McFarlane Toys put actual, well, official promotional shots of the Fortnite Peely up on their site. You know what that means? It's official. It's real. I'm getting these. Some people thought I was joking about Army building these. I ain't joking. They didn't put out any official information like release date. I'm figuring it'll be this fall in a couple of months or so. All they did was show some pictures and say, hey, here's a banana with arms and legs. Nicely articulated. Looks awesome. Here we go. Last week, was it last week? It was recently. NECA showed promotional shots of their DC Dark Horse Batman vs. Joker alien figure. which I'm gonna need. But this week they show Green Lantern versus Sinestro Corps Predator. And oh my god, those bastards, they snuck, well, they didn't sneak it in, they just never showed it before, gave no hint that there will be a John Stewart head to go on the Green Lantern body along with Hal Jordan. How am I supposed to get 2 of these things when I'm not even sure I'm gonna get 1? Again, this is 2. 1. You're killing me, NECA. You're killing me. Green Lantern comes with some basic but kind of cool ring effects, and then the hyper muscle body is very comic booky. But I'm more surprised by the Predator and how they merged 2 concepts together. Now, I think I've seen comic panels of a Predator as a Yellow Lantern, but to see it in action figure form and how well NECA did, I mean, he has the ring, and the yellow looks like that, and then the weapons integrated as energy effects. I wish I could get 2, but I'm hoping for 1. Like I said, this is New York Comic Con exclusive. Hopefully they'll have them online to order for everybody else before the show. That'll sell out in like 2 minutes, if that. I guess I need to go to New York Comic Con sometime. Not this year, but sometime. Medicom was feeling left out of the action figure game today, so they solicited their MAFEX Into the Spider-Verse Peter B. Parker. We've seen this at shows. We weren't sure exactly what the whole thing was coming with, but this thing is loaded. First off, the base body is just Spider-Man, but you look closer and it's a little bit thick in the middle. It's not just overdone. You can miss it if you're not looking for it, but then you realize, oh wait, Spider-Man's, he's looking a little bit out of shape. But to go along with it, they've added all kinds of add-on swappable parts. They don't explicitly show it in the pictures, but his lower legs, you can swap in bare legs, and then below that you can either put bare feet or the boot shoe combo. Comes with 4 heads, 2 masked heads. The eyes are different on each head, and they're blatantly different. I mean, it's not just a little bit of There's a head where he's pulled the mask up off the face, and then there's a completely unmasked head. There's soft goods coat, soft goods sweats, and then all kinds of accessories like a coffee mug holding hand, a piece of pizza to hold, a loose mask to hold, all kinds of webbing, all kinds of hands. It's insane, and it's a perfect companion piece to their MAFEX Into the Spider-Verse Miles Spider-Man, because both of them look like they just walked straight off the screen. Will they make more characters from this movie? I hope so, because if they can nail it like these 2, then the sky's the limit, right? $80 and set to release in June of 2020. Set to release, you know, it's Medicom. It'll probably be a couple months after that. And then finally, there is Marvel Legends. First up, the Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Emma Frost has been found at several Walgreens. California, Oregon, Arizona, so they're working their way back to you, babe. This week we saw Amazon Mexico pop up with a listing for a retro-carded gray Hulk. It was up, everybody was like, whoa, that looks amazing. It had the gray skin, it had the orange shirt laying over just like the first appearance. But then it disappeared. It either sold out or they pulled it down, more than likely pulled it down. But people who ordered it have already received the Gray Hulk, which is crazy. Remember back in the day when we used to hear leaks coming out of the factory, we'd know about it right off the bat? Now, they're getting to distribution centers before we learn about them at all. That's amazing though, I like surprises. The word out of Fan Expo though is that it is not an exclusive to Mexico. It'll be available on Amazon to everyone later, but they say just stay tuned, because I need another big-ass Hulk on the shelf. Revealed this morning was the Hasbro fan channel exclusive Invincible Iron Man stealth variant. Apparently this is from the series from 2015. It's blue. Well, you put anything in the stealth colors of Iron Man, and I'm there, even though it's a more modern costume, and I have no frame of reference for it whatsoever. It looks cool, with the blues and the energy effects and all that. Plus, you give Iron Man a lightsaber? This may not make it to my Marvel shelf. It may make it to my other shelves. $20, and it ships in December from places like our friends at Dorkside Toys and other outlets. But the big news out of Fan Expo is, again, it was in Canada, and Hasbro came prepared. They revealed pretty much the rest of the core Alpha Flight team. There's Vindicator, there is Shaman, there is Snowbird, there is Aurora and North Star, and then a re-release of Puck with a new head. That also works too, because that Puck, was it a Build-A-Figure, was very, very hard to find. That series came and went before most people realized it was out. So getting him back into the line is great. A more proportioned head, sure, he could be bigger body-wise, but even on mine, I got a custom head that was slightly larger, made it look better. So this works. Now, when I first learned about all this, I thought, oh, they're gonna maybe a 2-pack for the twins. The rest are single carded. We're gonna be waiting a while. Nope. Hasbro just went to hell with it. Let's put it all in a box set, give you the whole team at the same time. That is amazing. I'm still waiting for box, but with the way we've been getting Build-A-Figures lately, I expect a box in the next year or two. From what they say, this will go up for pre-order on Amazon Canada tomorrow, and it'll be an Amazon exclusive worldwide. I just click, I wait, team completed. I need a giant size X-Men box set next. Hasbro, please. And that's it for this week. If there weren't promotional shots of Alpha Flight, they will come shortly, probably this weekend. Now, in a review earlier this week, I mentioned that I'm gonna be out for 2 weeks. Next week is a Comic-Con in Indianapolis, and then I go from there the next week to Salt Lake City for FanX. So I'm out for 2 weeks. There won't be a weekly. There will be some reviews here and there. I don't want to leave the channel just dead, but I'll get back. We'll talk about some toy news, see what happened during this 2 weeks. Surely something has to release, or surely some news will go up, new solicitations, something else for us to spend all of our money on. But if you enjoyed this Fwoosh Weekly as much as I did, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.